This economic environment is going to affect our business entity directly or indirectly. If we know how to allocate the funds to the different departments of our business, then with that we can manage our economical factors. If you get the proper capital, then obviously you can run the business and you can expand the business and you can make profits. Hello dear students, I am Arun Kumar, lecturer in Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, welcome to this new session on unit number 3, that is Economic and Global Environment. So in this particular chapter, we will be discussing about the economical factors which are going to affect the business entity and the features and characteristics of economical environment, and also we are going to know about what does it mean exactly? What does it economic environment means exactly? So these are all the concepts what we are going to cover in today's session. So moving on to the session, introduction to the economic environment. So all those economic factors which influence directly or indirectly on the functioning of business units depends on the economic environment of all the needed inputs. Yes, this economic environment is going to affect our business entity directly or indirectly. So it may affect positively or negatively. If it is affecting positively, yes, the business entity can make more profit and they can sustain for the longer period and they can achieve the goal of the business entity. In case if it is impacting negatively on the business entity, the economical factor, then obviously not possible to continue the business, because this economical factor includes all financial aspects and the purchasing power of a individual person and societal aspects and political aspects sometimes. So economics factors that influence the business unit currently, that factors include as national product, next corporate profits, inflation rate, employment, balance of payment, interest rate and consumer income. Yes, this economical factor includes this many information. For example, if you take the example of corporate profits, yes, based on the corporate profits, our economical condition will be determined. If every corporate is performing well, if they are performing well, then obviously the economy of a particular country will be in a positive way. It will be impacting in a positive way on the country. If the corporate results are good, what will happen? Obviously, in the share market, the share values will decrease. The share value of those corporate companies will decrease. If the shares value will decrease, obviously the currency values will increase. And if the shares value goes on decreasing of that particular corporate company, it may leads to shutdown of the company. Next, if it comes to inflation rate, if the inflation rate goes on increasing, at that point of time, the product price will increase. Inflation is nothing but increase in the price of the product and services. If the price of the product increases, if there is no money with people, then how can they purchase the product? Not at all possible. If it is not possible to the consumers to purchase the products, then the products will not get sold. Right? If the products will not get sold, the company will be under loss and the economy will be in very problematic way. Right? Next thing is about employment. Yes, if the economy is good, then employment opportunity will be given. If the industries are running good, the employment opportunity will be given. If the industries are not running properly, then employment opportunity will not be there for the people, for the graduates or for the educated people. So if the people are educated and if the people are employed, then obviously they can lead the family. If everybody is happy in the country, then the economy will also be good. If the people are not having the jobs, then how can they take care of the family? How can they lead the life? Not possible. Next thing is about balance of payment. Yes, the balance of payment is all about the imports and exports. If you are exporting more, then obviously the balance of payment will be in a positive way. That means we will be receiving more foreign currency. If you are importing more, then you will be paying more foreign currency. So always the balance of payment should be in a positive way, so that we can maintain the currency stability. Okay, you can maintain the stability in currency. And if it comes to interest rate, yes, if the interest rate is less, then everybody will be taking the loan and they can purchase whatever they want. If the interest rate is more, the people will not purchase anything. The people will not go and approach for loan in the banks, and they'll not purchase whatever they want. What they'll do, just they postpone their purchasing. Next, consumer income. Yes, consumer income is also one of the factor under economic environment. So how would it impact? So consumer income, if the customers or the consumers are having proper income, if they're having the proper income, so that they can purchase whatever they want. If they don't have the income, then obviously not possible to purchase the products. If there is no sales, no profit, no economy. So this is how these factors are going to affect on the economy. So moving further, characteristics or features of economic environment. Yes, we have some features, we have some characters with respect to economic environment. So which are those characters or the features which comes under economic environment? The first one, mass poverty and low per capita income. Yes, in India, everyone is not rich. If you take an example, almost more than 40 to 50% of people comes under low class. They comes under low class, and to 10 to 15% of people, even they are struggling a lot to get a one-time food. So we have poverty, we have mass poverty in India, and low per capita income. Yes, low per capita income is nothing but if you divide the total income for the total population, you will get the per capita income. So the per capita income is very less. So this factor is also a characteristic of economical environment. Next one, low standard of living and high poverty. Yes, so in economic environment, the economic environment will be based upon the standard of living and the poverty rate. But here the low standard of living and high poverty rate is also one of the characteristic, and low standard of living is nothing but, yes, everyone will not be able to purchase, everyone will not be having the sufficient money to purchase whatever they want. So at that time, yes, obviously we have low standard of living. High poverty, that means the people will not getting a even single time food. So those people comes under high poverty line. The people who are not having the ability to purchase whatever they want, the people who are not having the ability to satisfy their needs, those people comes under high poverty. Next, dominance of agriculture. Yes, dominance of agriculture. Here if we provide more opportunities to the agriculture people, yes, obviously they are going to boost the Indian economy. And if we provide some subsidies and some other facilities to the farmers, then obviously they are going to grow more and more. They grow more and more crops so that we can boost our Indian economy. It is also one of the characteristics. And unequal distribution of income. Yes, in India we don't have the proper distribution of income. Some people working less, they'll be getting more salary. Who are working more, they'll be getting less salary. Right? So here unequal distribution of income is also a characteristic, and existence of rich resources. So the existence of rich resources is nothing but, yes, we have lot of resources in our country. In India we have lot of resources, whether it respect to the natural resources or human resources or financial resources. But how we are going to utilize those resources is most important. For example, human resource. So if a person is knowledgeable and if we know each and everything about his work, and if we pay less, obviously you'll be get demotivated. So according to their knowledge, if we start paying the salary. And natural resources, if we utilize the natural resources in a proper way, or if it comes to financial resources, if we know how to allocate the funds to the different departments of our business, then with that we can manage our economical factors. This is also one of the characteristics under economical environment. Next, inadequate capital formation. Yes, if you want to raise the capital to start up a business, or if you want to increase your capital in your business, then sometimes it will be very problematic to raise the capital. If you want to raise the capital through equity shares, yes, there also will face some problems. If you want to raise the capital through taking some loan from banks, they're also going to face some problems, and that is going to affect our economical environment of the business. Unemployment and underemployment. Yes, unemployment and underemployment. Unemployment is nothing but no job at all. Underemployment is nothing but a highly qualified person working for other kind of job where it is not at all related to that person. He is highly graduate, but he will be doing some clerk work. Okay, he have the knowledge to be a IPS officer or IAS officer or to be a manager, but due to unemployment problem, he is working as a clerk. Next one, infrastructure inadequate. Yes, infrastructure inadequate is nothing but if there is no proper infrastructure, then not possible to run the business properly, because without infrastructure we can't run the business entity. For example, machineries. Without having the proper machineries, we can't produce the products, right? So it is going to affect our business, that is infrastructure inadequate. Next, the last characteristic is dualistic economy. Yes, this is also one of the characteristics of economic environment. So these are all the characteristics and features of economic environment. Once again, I'll repeat all the points. The first one is mass poverty and low per capita income. The second one is low standard of living and high poverty. The third one is dominance of agriculture. Next, unequal distribution of income, existence of rich resources. Next, inadequate capital formation. The next one, unemployment and underemployment. Next one, technological backwardness. Next one, infrastructure inadequacies. The last one is dualistic economy. So these are all the characteristics and the features of economic environment. So moving on to know the factors affecting economic development. Yes, few factors affect on the development of the economy. So which are those factors which are going to affect the development of the economy? In that, the first one is natural factors. Yes, natural factors is going to affect on the economy. How it's going to affect? So in natural factors, for example, heavy rain, unseasonal rain. Okay, the rain usually starts from May to August or September, but sometimes the rain starts from April itself. So it may affect the economy, it may affect agricultural activities, or it may affect some business entities. Sometimes earthquake. Suddenly if earthquake happens, yes, some industries will collapse. So it affects indirectly on the economy. So this natural factors are going to affect our economical development. If something happens without coming to our notice, then it is indirectly going to affect the development of the economy of a particular country. Next, capital formation. Capital formation, it's all about raising the fund or raising the finance to start a business or to expand the business. So if you get the proper capital, then obviously you can run the business and you can expand the business and you can make profit. If there is problem in raising the capital, then obviously not at all possible to run the show. If you want to run the show, you need money. So if you go and approach through equity shares, by issuing of equity shares, if people buy the equity shares, then obviously you'll get the money. If the banks approves the loan for your business entity, then you'll get the money, or else you won't get the money at all. Then at that time it affects the economical development of the country or with respect to the business. Technological process. Yes, technological process. Nowadays technology plays a very important role because we all are using the technology and every second we are with the new technology. Yes, so according to the technology, if you are not going to adopt the technology as per the need of the business entity or as per the need of our customers or as per the needs for the production department and all, then it will be affecting the economical development. Next, infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure is also one of the main important point or the factor. So if you don't have the proper infrastructure, then obviously it is going to affect on the development of the economy, because without infrastructure it's not possible to run the business. So without proper infrastructure, without proper classrooms, we can't run the college. So likewise, without proper infrastructure, it is highly impossible to run our business entity. So infrastructure is also going to affect the economical development. Next, size of market and investment. Yes, the size of market and investment is also going to affect the economical development. So whether it's a small scale industry or a big scale industry or a medium scale industry, so that will affect the business entity a lot. So size of the market and the investments, what the business entity is ready to invest in this business, that will also affect directly on the economical development. Next thing is about political system. Yes, political system, obviously it is one of the major point where it directly affects on our business. If the political system is good, if the government is good, if the government is supporting the business entity, then obviously the business entities can run the show. If the government is not supportive, if they are not supporting the business entity, if they are not providing the proper fund, if they are not giving the subsidies, then obviously the business entities will be in a trouble. Because sometimes if every 2 months once or 3 months once, or if every 2 years once or 3 years once, 5 years once, if the government keeps on changing, then obviously it will be difficult to the business entity to adjust to all the governments, because the previous government will be having a different kind of opinion on business entities, and the upcoming government will be having a different kind of opinion on the business entities, and they'll be changing in the rules and regulations of the business entities. Right. So at that point of time, it may directly affect the economical development. Next one is social system. So our social system is also very much important. If our surrounding, if our society is good, if our society is cooperative with respect to our business, then obviously everything goes well. So this will also affect the economical development. So based on how they respond to our business entity, so based on that, they affect on our business. So moving on to the economic resources. Yes, what are all the economic resources we have? So economic development depends on economic resources. They are classified into 3 categories, that is natural resources, industry resources and technology resources. Yes, natural resources, it's all about the natural resources what we have, whether it's climate, or whether it's water, or whether it's earth, whatever it is. So all those resources comes under natural resources. So our economical development is based on the economical resources. So yes, economical resources in that natural, obviously water, climate, weather, this all comes under natural resources. So based on this also our economical development will be decided. Next, industry resources. Industry resources, it's all about the finance or the employment opportunity and the favorism of industry by the government. This all comes under industry resources. If they are supportive, if the industry resources is supportive to the business entity, yes, then the industry is going to make the more profit and they will be contributing more towards the economical development of the country. Next, technology resources. So technology resources, it's all about the tech. If you have the proper technology to produce the products, if you have the proper technology to reach the customers, if you have proper technology to transport our goods, if you have proper technology to have the connection with the society, then obviously we can have a good economical environment, and that will be in supportive of our business entity. So these are all the types of resources what we have under economic resources. One is natural resources, second one is industry resources, the third one is technological resources. So I hope all of you understood what we discussed in the today's class. So we'll meet in the upcoming classes. Until then, thank you all.